The Chuck Stanley Show.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chuck Stanley Show, Technology in 10 Minutes edition. I'm your host, Chuck Stanley, and we have an exciting show for you today with two special guests. First up, Frank Misak, a systems engineer with Cisco System.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Frank, come on in. Have a seat.
Oh, all right.
And this would be Kent Chadwick from Gartner Group.
Oh, okay. Well, this should be good.
Yeah, I think so. So, Frank, tell us what you do and tell us about Cisco.
As you mentioned, I'm an SE with Cisco Systems on the Michigan-Ohio SLED team. Been at Cisco for almost 9 years, working in a predominantly pre-sales engineering role.
Ooh. So, for our audience out there, tell us what it is that Cisco does. We know you're not the food company because this is a technology show, so.
Well, that's right, Chuck. Cisco is the reason the internet works, from your phone, from your computer, from your TV. We've been around since 1984 when we started routing packets. We offer a myriad of solutions and products, networking, collaboration, compute, IoT, and security. Today, I really want to talk to you about some cool things that we're doing in the cybersecurity space.
Cisco isn't a security company.
Oh, yes, we are.
Well, that sounds great, Frank. We've got a really technical crowd here today, so why don't you just go ahead and dive right in?
Sure thing. So the cybersecurity industry is a huge inventory of security point products, things that are built to address a single use case or a single problem. On the average, customers have between 50 to 70 vendors in their security stack.
How the heck do they manage all that?
Well, that's the problem. They can't. And not only that, how do you correlate or even see security events without hopping from one tool interface to another? That challenge intensifies as customers move into a hybrid multi-cloud environment.
Multi-cloud? What's multi-cloud?
I'm glad you asked. Consider the major clouds out there, such as Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Oracle, or the private cloud. The issue is when companies move to a hybrid multi-cloud architecture, we have applications in different places with different security methods and policies. Each of these mechanisms is unique to that environment and don't talk to one another. So once again, there's this disjointed security sprawl. So how do you influence traffic to and from your applications in these disparate environments with persistent security posture and policy? This is where Cisco Security Cloud comes in. It is a cloud-delivered service that is AI-powered and can acquire and steer all protected traffic. It's built on zero-trust principles to minimize risk and improve experiences to provide consistently secure access from anywhere, regardless of devices or location.
Bullshit!
Kent, what was that? Was that a cough? Was that a sneeze?
Bless you. With AI, it'll be informed by 1 million global interactions a minute, learning and adapting to help security analysts focus on what is important. There are 3 distinct suites to this solution.
What are those 3 pieces?
User protection, cloud protection, and breach protection. Let's start with user protection. You've likely heard of authentication fatigue or cognitive load, where users trying to connect to their applications not only authenticate multiple times, since apps can be located in different cloud environments, but they're also forced to figure out what connectivity method needs to be used to reach an app. For instance, Salesforce or Workday that leverages zero-trust network access, or connecting to a private cloud app like SAP or their intranet, which requires VPN, or some cloud app that just requires internet access. Customers are looking for a simple user experience to remove these burdens to streamline efficiency, ease of use, and security. Cisco has done that with user protection. All of the behind-the-scenes work is done by Cisco to obfuscate the different connectivity methods and authentications. It doesn't matter what network you're on, home, corporate, public, the system is smart enough to know, and without user intervention, makes the necessary plumbing work in the background to ensure a seamless experience. We also integrated Thousand Eyes, which is part of our full-stack observability, and can pinpoint when things are not working well for the end user. Is it the Wi-Fi? Is it their broadband connection?
Is it Cisco?
Oh, good one, Kent. Is there a rogue service consuming the CPU on your laptop and that's what's causing the bad experience? Thousand Eyes can show us. The user protection suite includes this as well as endpoint security, email security, remote browser isolation, and secure service edge capabilities.
So, that's user protection. What about cloud and breach?
Well, cloud protection is just what it sounds like. Protection for the cloud and cloud infrastructure. The same zero-trust concept of least privilege access that we have for the user can be leveraged for the cloud as well. Statistics show that the majority of the applications are moving to the cloud. With that being said, even if the application lives in AWS, the data could live in the private cloud. These scenarios are pretty common and require firewalls and configuration at both ends of that connection, usually by means of a firewall rules allowing, say, a marketing app access to the customer database that lives in the private cloud. But what if the customer database server also houses other databases that the marketing app should not have access to? By implementing the firewall rules, you may violate the premise of zero trust and least privilege access by giving the marketing app access to other databases on the server. One reason this is difficult is because firewalls typically speak in terms of IP address, And if you think about what happens when you move an application to the cloud, they typically talk in terms of services. For instance, you might have a service like Redshift or Lambda, which are in the cloud and aren't defined by an IP address. So how do you go about translating what is required in the middle? At Cisco, this translation layer is what we call multi-cloud defense. It understands both sides and is able to translate between them. The end result is the marketing application can access the customer database and only the customer database, nothing else. The true elegance of this is that the security policy persists even if the application moves between cloud providers, and you can use Cisco multi-cloud defense even if your firewalls are our competitors.
Whatever.
Oh, it's true, Kent.
So that sounds great, but is it really that simple? All that automation and efficiency, that's got to be complex, right?
Well, I mean, security is complex. IT is complex. Cisco can be complex.
Yeah, it is. You have to be a CCIE just to log into a Cisco solution.
Not true, Kent. As I was saying, leveraging AI and our policy assistant coming out in a few days will let you use natural language to set up your policies and access rights. This makes it easier for the end users to have the rights and access they need to do their jobs.
So, Frank, you said there were 3 pieces. What's that final piece?
Check. I have a graphic to show as well.
Oh, sure. Well, let's get that up on screen here.
This is where Cisco ranks in this space.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
Okay, well, you mentioned there's 3 components to this. What's that third and final piece?
So the third area is called breach protection. Data shows that upwards of 80% of breaches stem from email. Oftentimes the email is almost indistinguishable from a real website like PayPal or Amazon and has a link that looks legit. The user clicks it and voila, malware is downloaded onto the device, and that malware can now start moving laterally through the organization. This infiltration is challenging to counteract because each control point, such as email, web, endpoint, network, have their own set of defenses and controls. The beauty of Cisco breach protection is the ability to correlate the telemetry and leverage Cisco Talos' threat researchers an observation of 550 billion security events, 2.8 million new samples of malware per day, and discoveries of over 200 vulnerabilities per year.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. Cisco breach protection empowers SOC analysts to quickly detect and respond to advanced threats like ransomware, insider threats, unknown malware, and data exfiltration, and it has a cool slogan: if it's connected, you're protected. Customers can address sophisticated threats by accelerating responses and simplifying experiences with data-backed and AI-powered protection. They can gain unified visibility and control across email, endpoints, network, and cloud environments to rapidly identify and recover from a breach. This can be all correlated with Cisco XDR.
Whoa, what's XDR?
Did Cisco just acquire some other little company I've never heard of?
So extended detection response, XDR, capabilities provide visibility and actionable insights across networks, clouds, endpoints, and applications to help SOC teams to hunt, investigate, and remediate threats. XDR capabilities are built into the broad portfolio of Cisco security products and easily integrates with existing solutions, even competitors, in their environment using open APIs. There are 4 basic automation outcomes from XDR. 1, reduce time to investigate with automatic data collection and incident notification. 2, automate by eliminating repetitive tasks that waste security analysts' time. 3, respond with automated one-click responses that can combine multiple products into one action. And 4, integrate products and services together in new ways to address emerging threats. All 3 of the previously mentioned suites are easy to buy and have consistent pricing and licensing. The Splunk acquisition is also huge for our security portfolio, being able to use it to build more sophisticated AI capabilities. Now, I believe our time is nearly up, but I want to thank you very much for inviting me on the show today. For those customers out there watching, please let us know what we can do to help. Reach out to your local account teams and request more information or even a demo. Hey, take a knee, Kent.
I'm sick of Cisco being the best at everything. It isn't possible to be this good at everything.
Wow, just relax, man.
Kent, remember, if it's connected, you're protected.
Bring it, tech boy. I own Cisco. I'll drop you right off the map. I speak binary. I run peer insights. I have moles. I have an army of cyber tech housewives and ninja assassins that'll take the fight
Chuck,
out
what is
of your
going on
heart
here?
and shift it till there's nothing left. You think you're the Cisco kid? I'll take you to high noon and put you...
Well, all right, so we're going to take a little break here, but when we come back, Mike Storm is going to be on set talking about his favorite beard products for 2023. So don't touch that dial. The Chuck Stanley Show. We'll be right back.
The Chuck Stanley Show.
Coming up, Gartner employee Kent Chadwick goes berserk on The Chuck Stanley Show. More at 11.